Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I've been messing around with my mini excavator and cutting trees, and now as you can see, just everywhere I got just logs everywhere that's just accumulating over there and over here in my campsite. I took a whole bunch of trees down, so I just got all these logs just sitting and waiting. A lot of them just aren't good enough for the sawmill, so I need to split these into firewood. So what better way to do that than a nice new log splitter? Look at this thing. This thing takes up the whole bed of the truck. I think it weighs like 500 or 600 pounds. But yeah, this is a Champion 37-ton log splitter. So yeah, let's open it up and see what we got here. All right, let's pop this bad boy open. There she is. Whoa. Oh, look at that. It even comes with hydraulic fluid. Wow, I didn't expect that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We got tires. We got all types of cool stuff. All right, this is going to take me a while, but I won't bore you with an assembly video. Let me just throw this thing together and we'll get to trying it out. Well, here it is, all assembled. Took me probably about an hour. The hardest part was this top beam right here. That thing was so heavy. I was in the truck and I kind of I just slid it out and then just let it kind of fall, and then I moved the cart over to the beam and pinned it up. There's just one pin holding it. So yeah, that was the hardest part. That thing, whew, you really need two guys for that. That's heavy. The only thing I got left to do is fill it with gas. I got to put oil in it and hydraulic fluid. So they said you got to cycle it a whole bunch of times because, you know, there's going to be air in that cylinder. So you got to cycle it back and forth for a few minutes until it starts kind of sputtering. And then once it's all full of fluid, you got to re-add fluid to it. So yeah, let me add all fluids to it, and then I'll prep it all up and we'll give it a try. But so far it seems like it's I mean, the thing's really heavy, but you can kind of lift it with one hand here actually and kind of move it around. I mean, it's tough, but you know, you can kind of, as long as it's on flat surface, I don't see why not. You can just kind of use your hand. Obviously, if you go back into the woods here, I'm gonna have to use the four-wheeler. So I got a hitch on the four-wheeler, and I'll use that to kind of back up in there. I'm probably just gonna use it right here on the where the four-wheeler is, because I got a whole bunch of logs sitting right there. And then I'm gonna use that ATV cart too. So I'm gonna put the cart right next to the splitter, and then once I get all the logs split, I'll put all the split wood in the cart. And the other thing I did was I grabbed a whole bunch of pallets. So I got these pallets. I'm not sure where I'm going to set up my little firewood operation, but probably over closer to camp. I'll put some pallets down close to the campfire there so I can have some wood. But cool. All right, let me prep this thing up and we'll get her running. Well, I think it's all set, ready to chop some wood. I warmed up the motor, rechecked the motor oil, and I had to add about a gallon more hydraulic fluid once it got filled up the cylinder there. So that's all good, and yeah, I think she's ready to go. So I hooked it up to the ATV, and I'm just gonna tow it right over there where some of those logs are, and let's give it a try. All right, cool. I'm excited to use it. Let's see how it splits. Just fine. So cool, I got some logs there, and let me grab this cart. That way I'll make it much easier. So this is a really cool cart. It's just like an off-road. It came with one wheel, but I got a kit to add a second wheel. So yeah, this thing can hold quite a bit of weight. Looks like I got a flat tire over there actually. I'll have to fill that up, but let's see, put this right here. So hopefully I can just cut some wood and then fill the cart, and I should be able to take this wood wherever. Like I said, I got a couple of pallets there, so I'll have to figure out a spot where I want to stack some wood. Cool, let's give this a shot. Choke on, get that started. use a bigger shelf right here though. It's a little bit slow. It's got power. There we go. Oh, the muffler's smoking because it's brand new paint on there, so it's just smoking off. But anyways, yeah, look at that. Sweet, we got firewood. That's really cool. This is kind of a long piece too. That's almost, I think this does it do 24 inches? I'm not sure actually. Let me get the stats and see what this thing does. So here's the stats right here. So it looks like it's got a 338 Champion motor. I don't know what that means, Champion motor, just a generic Chinese motor, I guess. But that's fine with me because I'm really good with these small engines. I know, you know, these cheap Chinese motors, some of them last a long time, like really good. Like I ripped apart a lot of Honda motors, had to replace a piston and cranks on some of them. But actually, I've had a lot of these cheap Chinese motors and actually never had a problem with them. But if I do, I know how to clean them, like clean out the carburetor. It's probably the number one thing. Just don't leave fuel in the carburetor. When you're done, just turn this the lever off for the fuel and just let the motor run out, because if you leave gas in that carburetor, it'll mess up the whole thing. That's like 99% of the problems, is leaving gas in that carburetor. That's the number one thing to do. But anyways, even if this motor does go bad, you can buy these motors at like Harbor Freight Tools for like, I don't know, 300 bucks. Super cheap. You could probably even put a bigger motor on there for 400 bucks. But yeah, no, I don't mind the cheap Chinese motor. And the rest of this thing, you know, this is like solid steel. It's not going nowhere. So I don't need one of those super fancy, you know, log splitters. This one here, I think it was $1,500 or $14.99, something like that. Right around $1,500. And, you know, this will last a while. So I know you can spend way more money on really nicer models and stuff that have like a Kohler motor or a Honda motor, but like I said, I don't mind the cheap Chinese motor. I know how to fix them. So other than that, like none of this other stuff's gonna wear out really. I mean, this is solid steel, so yeah, I don't mind this cheaper kind of log splitter. It's gonna work fine for me. So max log size 24 inches. This one's for 24, so this one's probably a 20-inch log right here, so it split that like nothing, no problem at all. Cycle time 16 seconds. Yeah, I noticed it was kind of slow, but what can you do for a cheaper, you know, log splitter? But since it has plenty of power, I'll probably can put a full-way blade on here and just do one cycle to cut 4, you know. 5-inch hydraulic cylinder. So it's got a 2-stage pump, 17 gallons per minute. Not really sure, 2-stage pump. Not really sure what that means. And auto return, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so there you have it. Just pretty cool, you know. I think it's gonna do just fine. So I got plenty of wood to cut, and yeah, this is gonna keep me busy. So yeah, I'll just once I get the wood split, like I said, just throw it in the cart, and then I'll have some nice firewood. Well, cool, thanks for watching. And yeah, just a quick video on new little log splitter here, and I'll do a lot more videos of me using this combined with like the mini excavator and you know, all types of cool stuff. So yeah, stay tuned, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.